Hi to everyone. On October 7, 2022, I had a transmission from Thor Han Eredyon, commander in the Galactic Federation of Worlds, my contact. He was on the Nibiru ship. The Nibiru ship, who is the Anunnaki ship of the good faction of Enki, that has come back into our star system in September 2021. Just about a year ago. They are stationed in the vicinity of Saturn, planet Saturn, as I described in my recently published book, The Cedars. Thor Han was there, and I was very surprised because it's cool. He was showing me, because we had visual contact as well. Sometimes he enables the visuals. That means that throughout our communication, I can see through his eyes. I can remember, for those who are recently following me, that I do not do channeling, and I do not recommend channeling, which is extremely dangerous. I use a technology that is calibrated on the Galactic Federation of Worlds high frequency military frequencies. So he was, Thor Han Eredyon, on board the Nibiru ship. It's a huge, huge, huge spherical ship. It could look like a planetoid if you want. It's enormous, and it's an interdimensional vessel. That means it can, of course, travel linearly through space, but also, well, and mainly, it uses interdimensional travel. It leaps between dimensions to get from a point to another. And I may remind you that the Anunnaki are very skilled and used to do interdimensional leap. They are interdimensional culture. Originally, they dwelled in parallel dimensions, although they were started into existence in the Sirius star systems. Thor Han was there, and he was wearing a complete full environmental suit. It's equivalent of the astronaut Earth suits, you know, with the helmet and the big stuff to be able to be in space. Why was he wearing that? Because he wasn't into the habitacle compartments. He was in the landing bay, more especially the cargo bay of this huge Anunnaki ship. And I could see in the distance behind him, in a glimpse of vision, an oval aperture airlock, huge, immense, able to let in huge ships. And I could see space from there. And interestingly, because the vision was in the 6th density, that also explains the environmental suits, the sky had a bluish more color. It was very interesting. The brightness inside of the ship was as when I visited. It's always the same. The higher in density, the brightest the experience is for someone standing from the 3rd density senses and bodies. Physicality, I would say. So I was watching this, and Thor Han was like floating in a non-gravity area in this cargo bay in his spacesuit, and he was leading the operations from a crew of the Galactic Federation of Worlds that were loading interesting material into a long science vessel of the Federation. These science vessels are very long. They are not the cigar-shaped crafts who are transport cargoes for scout ships. No, the science vessels are also long, but they are more elaborated in shapes. They have little bits everywhere sticking. That's how I could describe them. The technologies were taken by the Galactic Federation of Worlds. They were offered this technology by the Anunnaki crew of the Nibiru ship. Of course, Enki is not on his own on this ship. He has a whole crew with him, and it's a lot of Anunnaki people there on this ship. So the Anunnaki crew, which I didn't see in the vision of Thor Han because they had already left the cargo bay. They had given to the Galactic Federation of Worlds holographic medical technology. That's how Thor Han described it to me, holographic medical technology. The Galactic Federation and the Alliance already has these technologies, but the Anunnaki ones are the latest, more advanced technologies in the galaxy that can exist. So Enki was gifting the Galactic Federation of Worlds of this holographic medical technology. I didn't have the occasion to really see what it was because it was in containers, in big containers. It could have been med beds. It could have been the size of med beds, and some were even bigger than what we could think the size of a med bed is. So there was a big containers floating with like kind of a robotic technology, like putting this in the cargo area of the Federation ship. And there were people in spacesuits hanging around and just managing, like looking after the operations. This holographic medical technology was brought to Luna, Earth, Moon. Luna seems to develop into a medical hub where the latest medical technologies of the star system are being developed, produced, where people are being trained. It's really becoming a medical hub. And all these technologies are going to be implemented on Earth as soon as Earth has treated their little problems. You know what I mean. So here are for the updates. I can tell a bit more about this holographic medical technology. You know, the Anunnaki, who were in the past also called the Syrians on Earth, left in the halls of records some medical technology, especially engineering technology for DNA, and they left this technology that we can see through the accounts of whistleblowers, such as, for instance, which I really highly recommend to read, the books of Radu Sinamar. He described this technology if you want to have a great idea of it. And I really recommend it, the Transylvanian series. This technology is using holographic imprint. I also recommend to watch the webinars and read the articles from Alex Collier, who describes very well this technology. I actually made a video with Marilyn Milmo last year or 2 years ago, I think, with Alex Collier, all three together, talking about medbed technologies. You can find it on my channel. Holographic medical imprint is, you know, the whole fabric of space and reality is holographic. Holographic doesn't mean illusion. It means structure, okay? A structure that is able to be modified by different things, mainly frequencies, sound frequencies, because the universe is made with frequencies and vibrations. Not quoting Tesla, but, you know, he really also put this forward. And it is about re-imprinting a healthy pattern onto an altered and wounded and dissonant pattern. As Thor Han Eredyon was saying, the young terraformer who is Thor Han's younger brother, the universe tends towards perfection, which means it's evolution. When there is something that is dissonant and you bring the exact same pattern but in a resonant state, the dissonance will attune to the resonant state, and that is how tissues are repaired, DNA is repaired, and this is how holographic medical technology works. So I hope this update will bring some more clarity in what is happening at the moment. Of course, the people who will choose to use this technology will also be able to choose to get a DNA healing with the Adamic DNA pattern that is brought back. That is the pattern that was in the human being just at the start, where all the strands of his DNA were activated and up and running. This, of course, was altered by the faction of Enlil, who wanted to enslave humanity and make of humanity a dumb species not aware of who they are and distracted by wars and primitive instinct. Now Enki is back to repair all of that and to help us with the intergalactic confederation, the Cedars. They all work together. So this update brings a little bit of new elements on what is happening regarding to these new technologies. It's now being implemented on the moon. This happened on October 7th. So now it's 2 days ago from the moment I'm doing this video. And this is being implemented, and I'm very, very glad with that. I wish you all a day of peace. Go within, inwards, and upwards. See you next.